Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Today I would like to check on what's going on with the hotcode reloading. So if you recall, on the previous video we implemented the feature that allows us to make changes into the code and having those live in the server without having to restart. But there seems to be some kind of issue because it's not reliable. Like sometimes it desyncs the packets and everything goes to shit down. So, and I think where the problem may be, but I don't want to spoil it. So first, let's try to compile. All right, we were dealing with the stdlib thing. So let me go ahead and quickly, I guess I can get rid of, I'm not gonna get rid of this, I'm gonna just copy this. And then I'm gonna comment the assert. Or, well, because of this f and def, I don't have to comment this out. So let's see if that works. Okay, and seems like it did. So now let's start the server and see if we're having that issue. Anytime now. Okay. All right, so we go into the game. Okay. And now I'm gonna go to game server. Sure. Vault. And first I want to try making a change in this function. Yes, I'm gonna say log, hey, this is a test. So compile, and now we should see that message every time we send a packet. And yeah, sure enough, there's a message. Now let's see if let's see what happens if I do yet another change. I'm gonna say something like that, compile again, and yeah, everything seems to be working just fine. Now, what happens if I try to make the change when we move the character? And I think this is where the issue will occur. So I'm gonna say log, hey, this is a test in the moving code. I'm gonna save, I'm gonna compile, and now hopefully we should see the bug in action. And sure enough, everything goes to shit down. Okay. All right. So what's the problem here? If I'm not mistaken, the problem resides in the coroutine code. So if we check on the coroutine file, the way the coroutine feature works is by just tricking the compiler into um, jumping to a specific line of code. That's pretty much how it works under the hood. Now, this works well. if the line of the code doesn't change. The problem here is that when we make a change in the library, that line can change, and thus everything gets messed up, right? So let's try to find a section of the code where we're using the coroutines thing. There we go. So here we're yielding to this line. But then if we make a change into the library, the line number changes, and thus the whole coroutine things falls apart. So how can we fix this? I think first of all we gotta get rid of the line macro, and then hopefully we can do something like this. Define yield 1, and then define yield 2, and so on and so forth. It's not pretty, but it should suffice for now. Also, I think I want to get rid of this EX thing. I think I don't want to allow to return anything from the coroutine. Like, the concept of returning things from the coroutine is not that clear to me. Like, I know how it works, but it's a bit, like, it's not easy to understand. So I don't want to deal with that. So I'm going to say, let's get rid of that, remove this, and I'm not going to return anything from here. I want to keep everything simple. So now I can say yield 1. I want to get rid of the yield thing entirely, yield 2. We'll clear this up later, but just want to make sure that this is indeed the problem. And I think we don't need more than 5 yields. That should be good enough. So this is going to be 1, this is going to be 2 instead of using the line. So now it will always remain the same no matter what. Okay, and now let's go ahead and clean this up. Whoops. Okay. And I'm gonna do the same for the yield sleep. I don't wanna return anything from here. Although I don't know if I'm using the yield sleep though. Can I comment? Or let's make a quick search. Find or replace. Okay, so we're not using the yield sleep yet. I'm gonna go ahead and toggle this one. And I'm pretty sure I'm not using this one either, but just to be sure, yeah, we're not using this one either. So go ahead and toggle this one too. All right. And I guess we no longer need this. So we can, all right, perfect. So now let's see if we can fix this. Why basis? I thought I had configured the editor to jump to the file that's causing the issue with F4, but I guess that's not the case. Like I did, but I didn't, like for some reason now it no longer works. So it is what it is. Okay, so now I'm gonna say yield 1, yield 2, yield 3, 4, and that should be it. Can I compile? What are you talking about? It's right there. Like, what? Can I not use? Oh, because I'm asking for a parameter. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Build. Now the login server is fine. Now the game server. 400. Yeah, this one. All right. So yield 1, yield 2, yield 3, yield 4, 5, and I'm gonna have to add 6, 7, 6 and 7, 6 and 7. Okay, let's make sure this is all right. 4, 6, 7, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay, so now they should compile. Hey, there we go. And okay, so now let's see if that fixed the issue. Okay. So far so good. Can I move? Yes, I can. All right, so now let's see. Let's go to the move function. Move. Okay. And now I'm gonna change this to be the hey, this is a new bro test. Am I working? Question mark. And then just for fun, I'm gonna add a new message. Where bottom. This is bottom. This is a new line as well. Okay, so compile. Let's see. Does it works? Yes, it does. What about the logs? Uh, this is bottom. This is new line as well. And where's the, hey, this is the new test. I'm working. Nice. Okay, thank the Lord. I thought about this while I was getting asleep. So yeah, I'll have to update a few of my projects as well that make use of this cartoon thing, but it's nice to see that the code reload stuff works properly now. Okay, so let's remove this, clear everything up, compile again just to make sure that we're still on the right track, and we are. Nice, lovely. Okay, let's comment. Let's comment this. Um, do I want to make a macro for these yields? Like I could do something like yield n, but for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of code, like, does it really make sense? Nah, I'm gonna leave it like this. This is fine. Okay, so stage. I'm not gonna include that yet. I think I can include that. Okay, and what else? All right, so fix possible nasty coroutine issue when the fix possible nasty coroutine issue that could occur when the line of the code changed. Well, maybe not the best commit message, but that will do for now. Push. Okay, so now I think we can jump to the std thing. So to recap, I just want to get rid of as much as I can from the standard library as I can. And the reason for that is sometimes you got, like, depending on the compiler, you got some small differences. And I think the most common one is the printf format. So some compilers don't allow the LD format. You gotta use like D or something like that. And then one of the issues that I encountered a few days ago was about the str and len function. For some reason, well, seems like that function is not in the standard, and one of my builds was failing because of that. Like GCC was saying that function is not defined, and because it's an extension and yada yada. Like, we're talking about one simple function, dude. Like, not worth it to have those kind of problems because of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and where should I put, or maybe I can, well, I'll have to go through file by file, checking if we're using any of that. Okay, all right, so this is a big one. So for the printf, I'm gonna be using a library, which is this one by Marco Poland. It's on GitHub, and seems like it's how can I say it? It's a lightweight version of printf. Seems like it implements all the features that you can encounter in printf, but it's smaller, and I don't know if it's faster. So I'm gonna go ahead and include that with printf. There we go. How can I implement the string features though? I guess I can say str, your h, and then what was the format for the? Oh, okay. I'm using uppercase. Okay. And now this is gonna be str. And what are the functions that I need? I need this. But I'm gonna prefix everything with str, so you don't have problems with the names. Okay, so now I'm gonna include that str.h. And what do we need? The mem copy. I think I wanna return st. And now how many bytes have I copied? And then I need the destination, the source, and the amount of bytes that I want to copy. Then strn copy. I want the destination, the source, the bytes to copy, and finally um, okay, test or well, the naming this str prefix is a bit confusing, but I guess I can do that. And then the value. And now I can write the implementation, drc, and str. There we go. And now I'm going to include stdlib for size Okay. So if let's begin with memcopy. I'm going to say if we don't have a destination, we'll return 0. If we don't have a source, we'll return 0. And then I'm going to say size result. Or I guess I can put that in here, like so. And then while result is lower than n, and then I'm gonna copy uh, like so, result. Although I'm gonna have to typecast. Yeah, I'm gonna have to typecast this to something like unsigned char. And the same for this. Okay. All right. And then we can continue with this. I'm gonna pretty much copy and paste this, but now I'm gonna check if, and in here we don't have to make this casting nonsense. I can just do dest plus result, and the same here. We don't have to do this. There we go. And now I'm gonna check for nulls, or well, yeah, null terminators. So I'm gonna say src plus result, like so. So if we don't have, check for null terminator, right? So if we found the end of the string, meaning the null terminator, we break and then we return this. Otherwise, we keep on copying the bytes. Okay. And now memset, which I think we can do pretty much the same as we do here. All right. So now if we don't have a destination, we don't do anything. And then we keep on copying. Lost that. And then I'm gonna say value. And that's it. And then I guess we can add a few handy macros, such as strmemcopy ex, and then we know that we're dealing with an array in the destination, or Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, let's make sure that first we encounter those scenarios where we can use those macros and then we implement those. So now if I compile, we're gonna get a lot of warnings, that's fine. But in theory now, yes, we do need this and this, but we don't need the assert. We can get rid of that. Okay. So now let's close everything and let's begin with the fixing. Login server.c, line 15. str matches. What is this? And where am I using that one? Defining that one. Is it on here? I see. So now I'm gonna change this to open the header file, strn copy, strn copy. No, this compare. Okay. Str and I'm gonna say char A, char B, and how many bytes do we want to compare? CRC. Okay. I'm not gonna check for uppercases and things like that. I just wanna make sure that they match exactly. So I'm gonna say return 1, they match. And this is gonna be 4, says DINI plus plus, and then I'm gonna say if A doesn't match B, then not quite, because we have to. There we go. So now if it doesn't matches, then we'll return 0, then otherwise 1. All right. So now also I'm gonna check for nulls. So if we don't have how can I do this? Do I wanna say if we do I wanna return true if we're getting two nulls? Although I guess I have to make sure that, well, you know what? Let's simplify this. I'm gonna say if we don't have a source or A or B, that's gonna be straight up 0. That's it. All right, so now we can do this. And I can do str memset. Is that the proper? Yes. Then the same here, str memset. Okay. And now can I compile? All right. In the line 177. Okay, so I can do that. Lovely. Okay, in the packet. All right, and then undefined. Oh yes, because I have to include these new files into the build script. So that's gonna be right at the end. That's src printf.c, and then src strc, and the same for the game server. And I don't know if I'm gonna need it in the platform layer. So let's see, how about that? I could see line 50. Game server. Uh, okay, we're getting there. Okay. Let me see if I can quickly fix the build thingy here. Where was it? Build. Build. Okay, so now I can open. Maybe not. There we go. So now I got the folder, and this was build. I think I have to enable this one and disable this one. And now hopefully I can build. And no, it doesn't work. Am I building with this? Yes, I'm building with that. So what's the problem here? So if you're not familiar with this um, build process or feature from Sublime, uh, when you hit the build keys, I guess, you can run a program and then you can scan for errors using this regular expression, and then based on this you should be able to like hit F4 and then go to the actual line. As long as the regular expression is correct, this should work out of the box, but for some reason now it's not doing so. So let's see. We get the file name, the line, but we don't have this, although we do have that. Maybe we can get rid of this. How about now? Hey, nice. Lovely. Okay, so now I can I, bro, okay. STR, can I go to the next one? Seems like, like it's kind of working, I guess. Jesus. Well, I guess now it's better, kinda. Alright. And then why am I getting strmem copy undefined symbol? strmem copy. Did I not? Yes, I did. Maybe I have to include this in the platform as well. Sure. Yeah, seems like that's the issue. Okay, so now I gotta define this put char function. And I don't recall the signature for that. Let's see if I can. Oh, nice. Lovely. Okay, so now the library doesn't know where to put the characters that we want to print, so that's something that we have to set up. Now in the platform, we can just in the platform code, meaning the code that deals with the operating system, sockets, and things like that, we can just specify that we want to print this to the standard output. But in the game code, we don't have the notion of the standard output. So what we can do instead is write into a buffer, and then in the platform layer, we will print those characters from that buffer to the std out. So let's go ahead and do that. Where is the login server? I guess in the login server we can just write the function in here, like so, because we don't have the code separated from the platform layer, so we don't have to do anything. Okay, compile. Okay, so now we don't have the error from the login server, but we have to do the same for the game server. And for the game server, where's this? Okay, I'm gonna do that. I think I can make this static. There we go. All right, seems like new. And then I can do this. Nice. Um, and I guess I should be able to. Well, I don't want to push it too far, so I'm gonna leave the login server as it is. And in here, I'm gonna say what can I say here? Like put char, can I call this? Or I don't know if that's gonna work. Login server, seems like it did. Okay, but I'm gonna leave a comment here. Not sure if this is correct. We might want to clean this up later. Alright, and now in the game server, I'm gonna do the same here. I'm gonna say put char character. I think the put, I'm not sure where this thing is being defined. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll have to include this as well. Alright, now just to make sure that this is indeed working, I'm gonna comment this, and if I do so, I shouldn't be able to see anything in the console. Alright, seems like it's working. So if I put it back, okay, now we're getting messages. Alright, let's do the same here, make sure that it compiles. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to the game server, the code that is. Well, and now since we, why am I getting, oh, that constant, okay. Okay, so now since I'm using printf in here as well, do I need to add the buffer that I mentioned? I guess I can test it. Can I restart? No. I think I'll have an error because the function needs to be defined, but I guess there's no harm in trying to see what happens. Okay. Well, seems like it's working out of the box. That's weird. Well, I guess we don't have to add the buffer. All right. Well, but just for the sake of it, the idea was basically to go into the game state, which where is it? Types. Where do I have this? Yeah, here. And then no, not this one. I think it's game session.h or game.h. Yeah, there we go. So in the state of the game, I was gonna do something like this, like printf buffer, and then we'll have to define a fixed size, or you can dynamically allocate the memory if that's your thing. And then we can define how many chars we want to print, like chars to print, right? Something like that. And then in the game code, we'll just write into this buffer, update the counter, and then in the platform code here, we could choose when to print those messages, right? We the simpler case I think would be to flush the buffer every time we got a new request. So something like where's the here socket handler, and then in here we can say, well, if we have a printf, or what was the name again? Here. So if we got something to print, just go ahead and print it like this. Printf buff, I think that was the name. Buffer. Okay. And now in here you would have to use something like the crazy formatting thingy to print just an amount of characters, because otherwise you may end up printing garbage. So you'll have to do something like that, and then casting this to integer, and then once that's print out, we have to reset the counter back to 0, and that's pretty much how I was gonna approach this. But seems like it works out of the box without having to do that, I'm not gonna do it. And I think we are pretty much there. Let's double check on the changes. Yes, get rid of, I guess we can remove this. I'm not entirely happy with the prefix or the naming of this, but for now, that's okay, I guess. We can get rid of this, this, and this. Okay. Yes, that's fine. Maybe I can put the same comment in the game server as well, because I'm not entirely sure this is Like correct. There we go. Looks good. Stage. I have to include this. Looks good. And then let's double check that I don't have anything funny going on here. Copy. uh, Copy from the source back to the destination. Yeah, seems like this is correct. We increase. Yeah. What about this result? If this is a null terminator, we break. Otherwise, we keep on copying. Increase the counter. Memset. Result. Uh, yeah, this is a void buffer. And we paste. Then we copy the value, increase, and then return, and then compare. Mm, yeah, seems like everything is fine. All right, so getting rid of some of the std functions. Included new printf library. I guess I should add the GitHub link for this library in the README. I'm gonna do that after I finish the video. Okay, I think we can commit and push. All right, guys. So far so good. We made some good progress, and we were able to finally fix that weird hot coding uh, reload issue that we were having with the coroutines. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. I guess from here we can start working on the fun things. Hopefully in the next video I can work on some movement, some attacking, and things like that. But in the meantime, uh, take good care, and also remember that if you want to support me on what I do, you can do so in the Coffee page that I always link on the video description. Also, if you like the video, you can go ahead and hit the like or leave a comment. That really helps on the channel. All right, guys, that's it. Take good care.